Hi, thank you so much for checking out the YouTube channel. My name is John Peña with Peña El Paso Realty Group. If you are looking to buy or sell a home in El Paso, please consider reaching out to us as we pride ourselves on being the best real estate company in El Paso. And sometimes to be the best, you need to push yourself. And ironically, I did just that a couple of days ago. So last weekend, there was a number of races in the Franklin Mountains, and I completed my first ultra marathon. I did a 50-mile race on Saturday, and I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about why I did it and what I took away from the experience. And so, of course, when you tell people, hey, I'm gonna run 50 miles in the mountains on a trail, most people are like, why in the world would you do such a thing? And the answer for me is that I really wanted to test myself. I really wanted to try to discover more about myself. And a lot of times, in order to discover more about yourself, you have to push yourself beyond the norm. You know, you have to push yourself out of the comfort zone, and what better way to experience discomfort than running 50 miles, right? And so that's exactly what I did. I finished the race. I got this great little race medallion thing, which was awesome. It took me just over 16 hours to complete the race. It started at 5 a.m. and I finished up just after 9 p.m. Overall, I placed 6th, which doesn't sound too bad, but the person who won the race did the race 4 hours quicker than me, did it in just over 12 hours, which is unbelievable. The point, like I said, was to try to discover something about myself, and I wanted to tell you about the 3 things that I really learned from this experience. And number 1 is that I realized that, you know, I can do anything that I put my mind to. I've always been pretty good about that. I've always believed in myself. I'm sure that has a lot to do with my upbringing, my parents and things like that. But I've always believed that I could accomplish anything that I put my mind to. And this race was an opportunity for me to live that. The second thing that I learned, which I've not been very smart about, is that you can accomplish so much more with other people. And you might think, well, what are you talking about? You know, you ran this race by yourself. How were other people involved? And other people were involved by volunteering for this race, because throughout the race, there were a number of aid stations. And at these aid stations, there was water, there was food, and that made such a huge impact, because typically when I run, I have a little running vest and I can only carry so much water and so much food, and so you have to ration it, and that sort of impedes your performance, right? But on the race, with all of these other people around us supporting us, I was able to drink as much fluids as I could, eat a ton of food, and that really improved my performance. I was able to run faster than I ever could have done if I was just out on the trail alone trying to ration the little bit of water I had. So that lesson I have not been so quick to learn. I guess being an only child has put some constraints on me learning that lesson, but I'm getting there. And then the third lesson, to me, was the most revealing one, because what I realized is that at this point in my life, I may not be giving it 100%. And the reason that I say that is because for about the last 10 miles, I turned down the effort knob. I'd say that in general, I ran that race with about 80% of my ability. My goal was to do my best, right? That's all of our goals. We want to do our best. My goal was to finish this race in the shortest amount of time possible. But my mind, you know, those last 10 miles, my mind didn't let me really do that. I wasn't able to push past that. So I turned it down. I basically walked those last 10 miles, or kind of hiked those last 10 miles. Whereas if I could have overcome my mind's kind of, I guess, my fear of I don't even know what, but if I could have overcome my mind, I could have run. My body was still more than capable of running. I could have done better, you know, and so looking back on it and now thinking about this race that I put 80% of my effort into instead of 100%, it's kind of disturbing for me because it makes me wonder, well, what other aspects of my life am I only maybe giving 80%? My relationship with Leah, my business, my friendships, right? And so that was a really interesting takeaway. And so it's been great for me to now reflect on that because I don't want to live at 80%, you know, I want to live at 100%. And so this race was really an opportunity for me to kind of discover that about myself. So just kind of wanted to share that with you. Again, I feel so fortunate, so blessed to have just had the opportunity to be able to run that race and participate in that. And so just wanted to share that. I know it's not very real estate-y, but for me, and maybe for some of you out there, you might find that interesting. So next week, I promise you, we'll probably get back to more of the real estate stuff. And in the meantime, I hope that you are all having a fantastic weekend or week, and we'll see you in the next episode. All right, so today is, what is it, the 20th, I believe, and the 50-mile Franklin Mountain Trail Race is tomorrow on Saturday. And so it's about 4 o'clock on Friday, and actually I'm going to make a big old thing of pancakes, eat as many as I can, and I'm going to try to be in bed by 6, 7 o'clock because I got to get up at 2 a.m. and the race starts at 5, and you know I got to get there and da-da-da-da-da. So anyway, pretty excited, super funny today. I was getting gas on the way to a listing appointment, and I saw a truck with the emblem of the race, and sure enough, it was the race director guy. So it was awesome meeting John and talking to him a little bit. So pretty excited though. First time I've ever done a 50-mile trail race. First time I've ever done any trail race, but first time I've ever run 50 miles at once. So I'm hoping it's all good. But super quick, just wanted to give like a little pre-race kind of update. For one, feeling pretty good. Like I've done a lot of running. I've tapered it off. Totally healthy, so that's all good. But wanted to give a little breakdown what I got going on tomorrow. Running with my little run pack here. Obviously, I'm gonna have water. I'm gonna put a lot of electrolytes in my water and get more water. It's gonna be cold in the morning, so race starts at 5 a.m. It's gonna go until dark for me. So I've got gloves, I've got a hat, chapstick, I've got an extra battery for a headlamp, I've got snacks and food to bring, I've got Kleenex because when I'm running I always have like a runny nose and I'm always blowing my nose, which is annoying. Headphones, I'm going to download a fun running book about this guy who ran the Appalachian Trail, averaged about 47 miles a day for 46 days. So I figured that'll give me some good inspiration. Got a battery pack so my phone doesn't die. Sunglasses, my prescription sunglasses, which I know sounds so old, but I'll actually be able to read stuff on my phone. Little thing to pick up snacks. And so that's really about it. I'm going to try to do a little bit of filming tomorrow during the race, but I have a feeling that's going to be sporadic, so maybe I'll do like a wrap-up after it's all said and done. So I hope everybody's good and excited about the race tomorrow. All right, so I've been going for about 6.5 hours, more or less. Started at 5. I think it's like, well, maybe even less. I think it's like 11 now, something like that. I've got about 27-ish miles in. Weather is awesome. I think I'm roughly in about 4th place, but I don't care about that. I just want to finish this thing in the best time I can. But yeah, feeling good. It's awesome to have people out here volunteering, cheering you on. They've got food. I've eaten more food on this run than ever before, which is awesome. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to really digest, but it's been great. Plenty of water, so I've been downing a ton of water. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Leah just resupplied me at Tom Mays. And yeah, feeling pretty good. Like I said, I think I'm gonna maybe finish up, ideally, 8 p.m. So hope everyone's doing good. Great day, like I said. That's like a perfect day for it, so that's been great. All right, it's about 5:40. I'm going up North Franklin's Peak. there-ish. Maybe. It's probably got like 45 miles in. I feel pretty good, but man, dogs are barking. And I'm pretty much just hiking at this point. I stopped running a while ago, but feel like I'm gonna finish, and I'm glad I did it. But yeah, definitely gonna be an interesting morning tomorrow.